Cubby blue blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto.
With Michael.
Son Ranto.
And Crawley.
Son Ranto and the lovable loser. Son Ranto.
With Michael.
Son Ranto.
And Crawley.
Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto.
That was very nice, but where the hell's Crawley? Like, I hear the theme song with Michael and Crawley. No, I uploaded the wrong one. We've been around so long. There's 83 versions of that song. And
yeah, I absolutely laughed as soon as I heard with Michael. I'm like, what the fuck? And then with Crawley, I'm like, this is from like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Should we do a preview then too? Preview, Cubs preview. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
We'll bring back all the hits. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the Son Ranto Show. It feels weird to be doing a normal show after last week's John Baker Day extravaganza. Anyway, this is a normal show, except for that I'm actually happy about the Cubs right now, and that makes it a little abnormal.
Yeah, I agree. The Cubs are doing a lot of good things, and amazingly, we are going to have to talk about the front office actually doing stuff.
Incredible.
This is something we never talk about because they almost never, like, usually it's like, oh, well, they just DFA'd or they brought this guy up for one game and then they DFA'd him. Like, that's the kind of shit we hear. But now we're like, they actually went out and did a lot of good shit. I'm excited to talk about it.
Well, Little Yumper from Penguin Imprint says, if Rocket is happy, we have to make him mad. He says, Cotton, talk about Trump. That just makes me sad nowadays because I'm like, the guy is obviously sunsetting. Like they're keeping him alive with like formaldehyde and fucking cocaine juice or something. I don't know what they're putting in, but he's just totally off his rocker. He's almost as inaccurate as ChatGPT, and it's so at this point I'm just like, how long do we have? Oh, we're not gonna make it through this, are we?
Yeah, but they literally think like, oh, well, he's doing really good compared to the other guy that we're acting like is still alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever the fucking Kentucky guy, I don't even know his name.
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. He's been dead for fucking 3 weeks.
Well, they said he went home today. I'm like, yeah, went home to heaven. And then like that guy's going to heaven. But we did a bit for my job the other day, a weekend at Mitch's. It was pretty good. They're like, look, he's waving at everybody. Hi, everybody.
So unlike the weekend at Bernie's, where they actually had him moving around and doing shit all the time, like moving and, that they were trying to make him look like he was alive. The way the GOP works, he's literally sitting there dead. He's stinking because he's rotting. There are flies on him, and they're like, "No, he's alive.
No, he's fine.
He's alive. He's fine. Yeah. Look at him. He's fine."
He collects flies. That's his thing. Some people do stamps and not Mitch. Well, welcome to the Son Ranto Show. We are brought to you by all of our Patreon supporters who support us at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. And of course, Blake Beard really is the finest amongst our Patreon patrons because he gives us more money than everybody else. So
we love him.
In the Clutch shirts sponsors us. They had a great prize package in the John Baker Day raffle. Also, Matt Kammer's permanent paintings. Matt Kammer, incredible tattoo artist out in Missouri, but he also provides us all of our artwork. Some of it, which I moved along to other places around the country. In fact, Michael Cotton's wearing Matt Kammer artwork as we speak. And who else? Oh, yeah. well, I already mentioned them, Little Yumper and Penguin Imprints, all the custom stuff they do. And last but not least, Fanarchy. Been spending a little bit more time on Fanarchy because there's more people over there now. So
Nice.
it's more fun. There's like people high-fiving good plays, being mad about the dumb shit that happens all together, which is really, that's fandom, right? So
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Watching
and
these things, talking about these is none of it's fun without the other people to be there, either arguing with you about it or agreeing with you. One or the other, you need it.
you need somebody there, otherwise you're just lonely. And if you want to feel less lonely, hashtag chance in the chat, just like Chris Salato did, and he has the chance to win a Frank Chance postcard sent to him with a message of love and doom. So Terry E is here. What's up, Terry? He says, big news. The Cubs clinched the all-important tiebreaker with the Blue Jays. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. This game what was supposed to be played in June, it was rained out. I believe it was on Father's Day. It was a Father's
Yeah, it
Day.
was.
And instead they played it today, and it did not rain. Maybe a little drizzle. It came through Chicago. I'm not sure if it hit down there, but it was a little bit overcast for much of the day, and then the sun came out. It's hot, it's muggy, it's, either way, the Cubs pulled it out. They won. They've won 4 straight now because they had a bit of a abysmal series against the Yankees. But let's talk about today's game. Michael, you did not watch it because you were working. I was also working, so I kind of had it out of the side of my eye, and people are calling this the best game of the year. And I take some umbrage with that because the Cubs didn't do jack shit against the guy, an ace that they traded away for Jose Quintana of all fucking pitchers. They did nothing. They were nearly no hit. They were challenging. The only way they could get a favorable count was by challenging pitches, and they were wrong almost every time. It was kind of a disaster of a baseball game. They got no hits for the first. It was anemic. They didn't even have scoring chances. Like usually we're complaining about runners in scoring position. There were no runners in scoring position the entire game until at the very end in the 9th inning when Alex Bregman hit a go-ahead a game-tying home run with 2 outs, 2 strikes in the 9th inning. Very exciting. But the game itself, like it was 9 innings of anemia.
Yeah.
And then they ended up pulling it out because PCA is basically a chaos agent on the base pass. There's some great defensive plays by Bregman and by the Blue Jays. My God. So it was a tight one. It was a pitcher's duel. Good job by Cubs pitching, I guess, to get through what they got through. But
yeah, and games can be good if they're low scoring, right? If there's really good pitching and good defense and all that stuff. So it could be good, but best of the year, I think the best games are when the Cubs are just beating the living crap out of somebody. Those are good games. That means the team that I like is playing better than the team I don't like.
Yeah,
and that to me is the game of the year. Like, the same way that I think Game 6 NLCS 2016, that was a better game by the Cubs than Game 7. Game 7, of course, gets all the hype, and it was the most dramatic, maybe in the history of the game. But Game 6 was a better game by the Cubs because they went out and they beat the living crap out of the Dodgers, and that's a good game.
The only bad thing about that game is that Chapman pitched in it for no reason.
Yeah.
That
was ridiculous.
I am right in saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but today we had Dylan Cease on the mound. Cubs only get 2 hits off of him and 1 walk. They strike out 10 times, and so they kind of used a bit of their bullpen going into the weekend series. But this was not a great game. It was a great ending. PCA, just the fact that he stole third, which makes sense because there was only 1 out in the inning. He's like, I got to get to third base with one out. He did. That was also a risky move there to try to do that, but it worked, and the catcher threw it away, and we win.
Yeah, and and I didn't watch the game, but what I have seen in these games a lot is that the Cubs can get into this real like 3 true outcomes situation where they're just swinging and I don't know if that happened in this game, but I've seen that a lot lately. And in fact, we're going to talk a little bit about the Yankees. And that was the thing that killed the Cubs against the Yankees, was literally the Cubs just not trying to put a bat on a ball. Like they were trying to hit, 5-run homers every damn time they were out there. And so if that's the way that was against the Blue Jays, maybe they were like, we should be able to kill this guy so they don't play fundamental baseball.
It was all Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease just kicked our ass.
He just was actually that good.
Yeah, we should never have traded Dylan Cease, period, end of story. If we had Dylan Cease on our team, we wouldn't have had to go make all these trades that we're about to talk about. But first, before we do that, I did want to say thank you to everybody that participated last week in John Baker Day, especially you, Michael. Thanks for your pledge of money and support for this. It's really going to give us the opportunity to launch this show. And it was a big success. And I want to especially also thank Mike Waller, who provided a matching gift after I told him that I'm still waiting. The only thing I'm waiting on coming in are the obvious shirts numbers. But $4,700 was raised without the obvious shirts numbers. So I had a goal of $5,000 because that was the Mike Waller matching gift, and we made it. So that puts me at a place where I've raised about half the money, at least in pledge, to produce this show. And then now I can sell tickets. Now I can sell the album. Now I can do other things. And I feel like, okay, this isn't going to make me or the theater take a bath. And
it's much more doable at this point.
It's much more doable at this. No, it seems it is doable now. It was, without the money, we really just can't do it. So anyway, and I want to thank John and his brother Will for coming on the show. I had a really great conversation with them. And I could have talked forever. I could have gone a lot longer. It was about a third to a half of the script and the videos that I had garnered to bring onto the show. I didn't even use them because John is a really interesting guy, and I didn't need any videos or pictures. I could just sit there and talk to John for 2 hours, and that would have been the show. So it was freaking awesome. But obvious shirts, Penguin Imprints, Ballhawk Dave, Crawley.
Speaking of obvious shirts, I don't suppose you found an obvious shirt for me.
Oh shit! I forgot to get it for you. I'll go.
So I ordered one, and I was gonna pick it up at the shop, and I literally was across the street at Almost Home the day of the barbecue and all that stuff, and then I just ended up not going over there. I just forgot, and so now I'm hounding Danny to go get my shirt for me.
And I've been down there a couple times. I just like you forgot. So let's go through some of these. And I don't know if everybody heard me, but I wanted to say Dominic is in the chat right now, and Dominic also donated some items as well to that to the auction, which it was sad to send some of those amazing Matt Kammerer paintings, the original Javi, that got sent off, although it went to Mike Mock. It's going to be in San Diego now.
Oh, I haven't seen Mike Mock or heard from Mike Mock in a long time. That's awesome.
Yeah, and also, we have the Wilson Contreras is going to be going soon. I'm going to meet up with that guy in a little bit. Mike Waller got a couple of things. The urn is gone. I shipped that off. A guy bought the urn. Somebody in South Bend, actually. So. Nice. Anyway, it was kind of sad to see some of these things go. These items are a little chock full of memories for me, but I'm going to have way better memories from doing this play than I will from having a fucking urn. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, that's where I'm going to spend eternity. A little morbid, but all right, let's talk about the trades. The Cubs actually did something. I mean, I was a little surprised that they were able to get as much done as they did.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say I was surprised. I was excited, happy that they did it. But sort of in the back of my mind, there is a little bit of like anger because they should have done this last year. This is the trade deadline. The trade deadline they had this year is what they should have had last year. They were not precious about their prospects. They got rid of guys to get guys for their team that year. Last year, they were the best team in the league, and they didn't do it. They got Soroka and somebody else that I can't even remember, but they did nothing for the Cubs. Nothing. And then this year, they're fifth, right? They have the fifth best record in the league. It is good, but they're really going for it. I just wish they had done this last year when I felt like they had a chance. But at least this year's been weird. I heard you talking to Sarah about it on Cup of Cubby Blue because you guys did one of those this week. And
this year, that was our first show of the year.
Yeah. But it was so weird because you said it. Like, I'd written this season off. It was over. I mean, we got off to a great start and then everyone died. And we just kind of like the fact that they were just hanging around, it felt like they were just hanging around, just barely hanging on. And that made me feel like Jed was not going to go for it. But as we've known for many years, if their back is up against the wall, like say no baseball in 2027, they will do stuff finally. Like that's what it takes for them to do it. And I think that's what happened. I think they were just like, well, there's going to be no baseball next year. We have no idea what's going to happen after that. Like we may as well just go for it right now. And then when they did, it's like Shambi on the radio. Fucking amazing. You know, like last year.
You know how to do this? Yeah.
Last year was Shambi on the TV, and you're like, you motherfucker, this sucks. Why did you do this to us? And why do we have to watch this goddamn team falter toward the end of the year and get overtaken by the Brewers? And this year, it was the whole Shambi on the radio. It's like, oh, look the fuck out, Brewers. Like, this team could they could chase the Brewers down. And as I've said many times, I don't give a fuck about a wild card. I don't. I think it's garbage. I think this whole postseason tournament where everybody gets in is boring and stupid, and it's only done to make the suckers keep shelling out money for games when their team is like the fifth or sixth team in the wild card, and who gives a shit? But if they can win the division, that means something now. That means something. And I want that division.
You might even get a bye and not have to play the stupid first wild card round and head straight to the DS. I like what Little Yumper says. He says, thank Bruce Levine, because he called Jed and Carter Twinkle D and Twinkle Dumb and talking about back up against the wall. Like, he shamed them. He's like, oh, we're Twinkle D and Twinkle Dumb I'll show you who Twinkle D and Twinkle Dumb are.
Well, and exactly what I was just saying, too. Like, he was saying, I hope they don't do to you this year what they did last year. Mm-hmm. You know, that was the tweet. Like, you guys got fucked last year because they didn't do anything. I hope they're betting this year. And so, it did shame them into it. And I think they know that they fucked up last year.
Yeah, well, they were trying to be too cute about it. They wanted the controllable pitching, and they're
really worried about 2032.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got to look into 2032. I mean, shit, 2032, it's in 7 years from now. Like, I need to make my own financial goals if I have any hope of retiring. If I got to be thinking about 2032, actually, I need to think about 2042. It's really the key here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put up some numbers from Kevin Gaussman. He's one of our shiny new toys.
He was. Let me look. I mean,
he's been around a long time. 2013,
right? But he was the biggest. Do you think he was the biggest get?
Well, of anybody, no. I would say Scooble, who we beat against the Dodgers, would probably be
no. For the Cubs, obviously, he's not the biggest get in the thing, but for the Cubs, this is their big get right here.
I would say, yeah. I mean, you could maybe make a case that I knew I didn't that Clay Holmes will be a decent get as well, coming off of his injury. You got two guys though, and I kept saying on Twitter, everybody's like, "Oh, we gotta get Scooble. We gotta get Scooble." I was like, "We need 3 Scoobles, 3 and 2 Aroldis Chapmans."
Right.
That is what we need. And they kind of did it. They sort of did it. It's not the most high end. These are not controllable arms. This is not somebody that's going to be on the team next year unless they like what they see and figure out a deal, because Kevin Gaussman likes being a Cub. But I made the point to Sarah that Kevin Gaussman was like a guy I wanted to get in, like, when he was first available coming out of Baltimore, like when he went to Atlanta. I was like, "Oh, Kevin Gaussman's available. I think we might even talked about him on this show." Being like,
it was like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah, he was in his 20s at the time, and we were in our 40s. And,
right.
So it was a long time ago. And anyway, I do like this move. He's a high-end pitcher. He did it last year with the Blue Jays. He was in the World Series, and now he has a chance to do it again. We gave up Brett Bateman and Ty Southsien, which I don't give a fuck. Like, you got PCA in center. Ty Southsien is a single A freaking shortstop guy. I mean, even if he does come up, it'll be in many a year, 2032, if you will.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, by then we could get him back.
Yeah, because I would trade for him. Exactly. Well, in fact, here's what they'll do. He'll become a big superstar. He'll be like the next Derek Jeter. And then we'll sign him when he's 27 in like 10, 12 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing.
I have no idea how old he is. He's obviously not 16 years old.
Yeah, but all these people are, everybody gets so wrapped up in the prospect hugging. We talk about it all the time. And then this year they kind of just went for it, got rid of any prospect that they're really. Moises Ballesteros got sent out, and it's like that kind of hurts, but that's what they're for. That's what you need to do, because the Cubs don't let these guys play in Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Even Kevin Alcantara, who is still on the team, hits a home run, a big one, by the way, that put the Cubs ahead against the Dodgers in a game they were losing, puts them ahead, or maybe tied it at that point. I think it put him ahead. And then he promptly got sent down. Like, that is how much the Cubs hate their own prospects, because Ian Happ is hitting like .025 right now for them for the last month, and it does not matter. They're going to platoon him with a guy from the Mets instead. Like that, that's their big plan. But well, let's go to the next trade that I have on this list, which, well, we can skip down to the one that you were just talking about, which is the Ballesteros trade. They also sent Mark McGuire's kid, Mason McGuire, who throws really hard. That's how we got that dude Ryan Zephyr-John, and I'll put up his numbers real quick.
Yeah.
This guy is controllable. We will have this guy for a second.
I mean, he may not be controllable like a controllable pitcher in that he can barely control the ball, but we could keep him on the team for a long time.
I think we saw the Jekyll and Hyde that is Ryan Zefferjon in the 2 games he's pitched for the Cubs so far, and that is that he was really good and shut down in the first time he went out there, and the second time he was pretty wild, and he threw a wild pitch, for example, and he didn't walk anybody, but he came in with a home run. He let. Well, actually, it says it only gave up 1 hit. I guess it wasn't that bad. It was a home run though, so it was. He hit somebody. That's what I.
Right, he had a wild. He hit somebody. He's got the wild pitch. I don't know if those are the same. I think they're 2 separate pitches.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a lot of stuff, but we see a lot of guys that have a lot of stuff. If you don't control it, then it doesn't matter.
He does seem a little closer to being usable than like a Dylan Maples was, who also, and he doesn't have that live of an arm, like it's a live arm. Zefferjon, he's and I like his name, Zefferjon. That's a cool name.
Yeah, and I did like that first time we saw him. He did shut it down, so he just needs, hopefully they have a plan for him and they could get it to work. We lost the McGuire kid. I didn't even know he was in the fucking. I didn't even know. I didn't care.
It's why Mark McGuire was one time pictured in a Cubs jersey, and everybody was like, "What is happening?" And it's because his son's a Cub.
Yeah, but we did lose Moises Ballesteros. But again, this is a kid who can rip, and he's done everything he could do to be on the big league team, and he's just not on the team. So like, what is the point? I don't see the point in having the guy if you're not going to use him. Like at this, like where he's at in his career, like maybe 2 years ago, sure. It's like, yeah, you're he's up and down or whatever. But by this year, he came out, he started the season. He was the DH there for a while. And then it felt like they were going to give him some run. He struggled a little bit, and then we haven't seen him since.
Yeah. And there's really no place for him right now on this team. You could kind of try him out, but now things are kind of serious. You can't have him just disappear for a month. It's why they went and got a platoon for Ian Happ. They're like, this is unplayable. We need Ian Happ to not face freaking righties. They're making moves. They're like, this is not happening anymore. This was your 60-game trial to figure it out. You didn't figure it out. You're going down. You're getting a platoon. You're off the team. The season is long for that reason, that you can make those kind of calls. Now, the tough one for me, it was a much higher prospect, because Moises Ballesteros, because he was up, was not really a prospect, is Jefferson Rojas, who does project to be quite the player. You never know. It's not, but some lottery tickets are better than others, and Jefferson Rojas was a better lottery ticket. It seemed like he has a chance of hitting, at least getting up to the big leagues, having a career. He plays a valuable position in shortstop, and we got Tyrone Taylor and an injured Clay Holmes, and I guess he's not that injured because he's pitching this weekend.
Yeah, he got his injury was a comebacker, hit him in the leg, and so he had a fractured leg. Like when people say, "Oh, his leg was broken," it was fractured. Like it wasn't like I always think like you break something, like this shit was like like this. Like no. He got hit. He had a fracture. Couldn't put weight on it. He's better now, and he was already pitching rehab starts with the Mets, right? So was that who he was? Yeah. And then, so then he's ready to come back. And I'm excited about this too, because yes, Skubal was the big prize, but Gausman and Holmes together could be more important for the Cubs than one Skubal could have been. You know what I mean?
Well,
because
we beat Skubal. That guy sucks.
He sucks.
He pitched a good game. I'm going to put Clay Holmes's numbers up here right now. Also a veteran. This guy's been there as well. He was with the Yankees for years and years. They had him. They made him a closer. He had 31 saves for the Mets in 2025, and then they turned him into a starter again. He only had 9 starts so far this year. Nine
times.
And he had a 2.39 ERA in those 9 starts, so he was doing well. But so the one nice thing is, if you think about it this way, I'm thinking he comes back with not a lot of mileage on that arm this year. He did end up pitching, and no, I'm sorry.
He should be well rested.
He wasn't a closer in last year. He was a closer for the Yankees. It was in 2024 that he was the closer. I'm looking at it wrong. But the Mets are the ones that turned him into a starter. So Sarah Sanchez made the point. He's like, who knows? Maybe we turn him back into a closer. But now he's starting, so I guess not. He's stretching out. Really more valuable as a starter, obviously. More innings pitched. But this guy, in his career, he has a 353 earned run average. That's over the course of 555 innings. He averages just about a strikeout an inning. Walk numbers are 3.1 per 9. That's okay. He doesn't give up a lot of homers, only half a homer this year per 9. So and 0.6 in. How do you give up half a homer? He managed to do it. It's because he has half a leg.
Yeah. That ball that hit him in the leg took half his leg and the other half became a homer.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I'm excited. Clay Holmes might be the sneaky prize of this whole thing. Who knows how they all perform coming off injury? It's going to be a little different. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And Tyrone Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just like the tossing at the end. I don't know anything about Tyrone Taylor, but he plays left field, and the guy we have playing left field is not very good. So Tyrone Taylor's already getting out there doing some stuff, and I'm all for it.
Well, here's Tyrone Taylor's numbers. Here's why he's here. Look at the beginning of his career where he played. Milwaukee.
Yep.
2019 through 2023. So Craig wanted this guy. They give me Tyrone. I can't win without Tyrone. It's like, dude, you lost with Tyrone before. So we got rid of Tyrone and we brought in a Tyrone. But this guy, now it's not going to look impressive. Like he's batting 241 and he had a 290 OPP. It's like, why would we want this guy? So he plays all 3 outfield positions. He can play center field too. But what he's here for is the splits. And I'll put up his splits. This is just from this year. Against lefties, he's considerably better. So I think you'll only see him against lefties because he's only batting 178 against righties, 295 against lefties with a 868 OPS. Weirdly enough, though, he has plate appearances of 84 and 82 versus righties and lefties, respectively, and 5 home runs from both sides of the plate. Just has more hits against lefties. Tap, maybe this will get him right. The fact that he's only going to face righties for a while.
Yeah.
He's never been a splits guy, but.
Well, and here's the thing. And you and I actually texted back and forth a little bit about this, like just a couple of texts, but I'm okay with Hap just being done at this point. Like they only have 60 games left on this guy's contract, less than that.
Yeah.
And what do they owe him? Like nothing. And if he cannot play, and right now he really just can't play, like let him go and give that spot to somebody who can. Like, I don't know, Kevin Alcantara, who might need a spot. Now, he may not be all that good either, but you know, you platoon him with Tyrone, and you know, I don't know. I'm just not into Hap anymore.
Well,
just
even if you do platoon Hap, I'm looking at it right now, and Hap is still only batting 236 versus righties, but he does
Yeah.
have the 14 dongs. But he's only batting 155 versus lefties. His OBP is 140 points higher. He's got he goes from an SOPS plus, which is relative to the league's split, not relative to himself. He is of 126 versus 47. So this, at least they're making this move.
Yeah.
He's an above average player against righties, above average hitter. He knows what he's doing in Wrigley Field. He knows how to play left field pretty well. I was nervous as hell when I saw Tyrone Taylor flying in and Hap flying the other way the other day in that game, and they kind of crisscrossed. Taylor caught the ball. Taylor was playing center field when the DH was PCA, and I was like, oh God, he doesn't know what he's doing. That was my first thought. I was like, there's no way they're going to collide. I mean, Hap knows to stay out of the way of PCA, but that took a long time for them to work all that stuff out. Taylor just got here, so so anyway, Hap, at least he gives you the veteran know-how, and so do all the pitchers that we got too. And they didn't go get a big bat. They didn't necessarily need one. They needed the guys they have to actually show the fuck up.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and they did for 2 innings of today's game. So.
Well, and I've been noticing, and I harp on this all the time. I've already said it in this podcast. When they're up there swinging for homers, this team sucks. They just absolutely suck. But when they go up against a guy like Scooble, and they're like, oh my God, this is a really good pitcher, we're not going to be able to hit home runs off this guy. We have to just figure out ways to get the ball in play and get around the bases, right? When they do that, this is one of the best teams in the league.
Well,
like
Dansby hit a home run off him.
I know, but
he didn't mean to, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't hit home runs. I'm saying when that is your plan, and we see it all the time. We see some like garbage pitcher got terrible numbers, and the Cubs and he hits the Cubs for 5 innings, right? It's because they're up there swinging out of their shoes because they think, oh, he's not very good. All we have to do is hit a bunch of homers. But that's the thing. That's not going to work against actual good pitchers. You have to put the ball in play. And if they would just do that against every pitcher, this team probably wouldn't be in second place. They would probably be ahead of the Brewers because they wouldn't have had that long stretch where the 10-game losing streak and some of the dumb shit. Because when they put the ball in play, I get so excited. They're so good. When you can see what they're doing, when they're like going, you have guys going opposite field and there's like 4 or 5 opposite field hits in a game. And you're just like, oh, they're working, and those are great days because those are the days that they score a lot.
Yeah. Keep the line moving. And they do live and die by the homer. And they made the point on today's broadcast that this team does not bunt. They do not sacrifice bunts. And I don't know if you've caught that. I'm calling unproductive outs oopos.
Yeah.
We haven't brought it over to this show yet. It was just something I thought of when I was walking around. I was like, I'm going to call these oopos because the Cubs lead the league in oopos because of the exact thing you're talking about, because you will get 2 runners on and then the guy will strike out the side because they're like, I'm going to hit a 3-run homer. And they're like, no, you're not. You're not going to. What you should do, at least bunt them over and get a sacrifice fly because that's your best chance to score right now against this dude who's dealing. But they're like, I don't care. I'm going to do it my way.
One of the games I did Cub Spot on not too long ago, there was 1 out, bases loaded. Alex Bregman came up, 3 straight pitches at his ankles. And when I say at his ankles, the ball was diving towards his ankle, and he swung at all 3 and missed all 3 of them. He was going for the homer, and it's like, dude, just take your walk.
Well, and in the Yankees,
and they score a run.
Yankee series, all low-scoring games, except for the one that we won, which was scored 5, but we lost 2-0 and 2-1, and
because the Yankees were fucking swinging out of their goddamn shoes too.
Yeah, we're very similar teams. We had the exact same record.
Yeah.
So, all right, more trades. We'll talk more about these trades. Braxton misses Garrett. A lefty pitcher who I guess they just called up for this series. It was unsure. They put him down in the minors, and I don't know what they had to figure out to bring him up. But he's here now. This guy was with Miami. He's also a starter. So I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, it feels like we have enough starters now. If Holmes is going to start, and you've also got
you got Gausman
start, and then you got Imanaga starting. They got rid of Tyone. He's on the Blue Jays now. They unceremoniously dumped his ass. And then, I guess we've seen the last of Assad. I don't know, but Assad was gutsy against the Dodgers, so I don't know why they don't freaking let him in there. But you got David Peterson going to be out there, I suppose. He did okay today.
Well, I think
Boyd, of course. I'm not mentioning Boyd. Colin Ray. I mean, what do they got? 7-man rotation?
Well, I think Colin Ray ends up in the bullpen, right? And probably you probably end up with Ray in the bullpen. You could get Assad in the bullpen maybe as well. I personally like Assad starting. I'm like you. I think he's great there. But it just gives them all this depth that they can do this with, which all year long we've been just like, how are they getting through with this starting pitching? Everybody's been, falling apart. So I don't know. I'd rather have this problem than the other problem.
This is maybe a little bit of a preemptive before they fall apart kind of thing too. This could be helpful. It would be nice. It would be nice. Maybe you skip a Boyd start, you skip a Ray start. I don't know about skipping a show to start because we did that once and he sucked for like a month. Maybe you don't do that one, but give those other two guys. They're throwing. I mean, we're still waiting for Matthew Boyd to not be able to throw. Like that's all we talked about last year because he pitched so many innings. And he's doing the same thing this year. He's still pretty good, but yeah, take a little load off of that guy. Let these guys come in and I don't know, be creative. Put him in there as tell Holmes and Garrett. Did I say Holmes? Yeah, Holmes and Garrett. Like we're giving one of you 4 innings and we're giving one of you 5 innings. Right? Like we're gonna try and run the gauntlet on an entire game with 2 pitchers here. Like, let's see you do it. Yeah, and Braxton Garrett, a lefty. I got his numbers up there right now. He was with the Marlins. We traded Jonathan Long. He's a third baseman. I believe he plays some first too. And Jace Beck, who I had not heard of.
So Jonathan Long was first baseman last year. And I don't know why he's listed as third baseman. Maybe because people think that third basemen are better defenders than first baseman. So it raises his value.
Whatever the Marlins want to do with him, he gone. We don't have to deal with him.
Right. And that's fine. Again, he was really good, I thought, last year. But where's he going to play? He has nowhere to play on this team.
Yeah, unless there's an injury. And then because there really is no backup to Michael Busch. It's Carson Kelly, I guess.
Right.
It was Moises Ballesteros, kind of, and he's gone too. But Braxton Garrett for the Marlins, he only pitched in 2 games this year for the Marlins. He missed all of 2025, I'm guessing, with an injury. I forget the story there. But he only pitched in 4.1 innings for the Marlins this year, and he has a 14.54 ERA. But I got good news for you because his FIP is only 632. So
Oh,
with
okay.
that Cubs defense, it should get much better. He struck out a lot of guys, but he also walked a lot of guys in his timeout. So he's one of those because he walked 8. He walked.
Well, and you're saying that this
struck out 5 in his 4.1 innings.
Yeah, and you're saying this guy's a starter.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
but with numbers like that, you know that they're going to try and get him out there as a reliever. Like, I don't think they're thinking of him as a starter this year, but they've got control. So maybe next year or the year after, whenever they play. But right now, they probably put him directly into the pen because they probably think to themselves, he can pitch 1 inning. We just need to get him through 3 batters.
Yeah, I'm looking up kind of his where the hell was he before? I guess has he been in the minor leagues this
And if he's a starter, he probably has more than 2 pitches. And maybe they're just like, you know what? Why don't we just have you do 2 pitches this year, finish this year out in the pen working on those 2 things. And then
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. He's been starting in AAA this whole time. So I don't know.
Yeah, but like you said, we have so many starters right now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they would have called him up, but they did. All right, and then he's not slated, and he's also not slated to pitch this weekend. So, so he's definitely not starting, but he is on the team. And another thing that happened is Luke Little. They DFA'd him, and he got claimed off waivers by the Royals. So we might see him this weekend. And and Daniel Palencia went on a rehab assignment to Iowa. So that's really good news because then that slots everybody back. Who knows? I think the job is Palencia's. They did already invest in walkout music for him, and a big video. So I don't know if they want to go into production on that for Zephyr John or
no, the Luke Little thing. I'm kind of glad that he's gone because they kept trying to work him. He had a very strong arm, threw very hard, but I never liked watching him pitch. He was all over the place. His body was everywhere. And I don't know. He looked like Bugs Bunny out there trying to throw the ball real hard. Like it was just weird movements. And then when he threw it hard and it was good. But then he would just lose it because he had no control over his body. And if you have no control over your body, then you have no control over the pitch. And so he just might strike out 2 guys and then walk 3. So I'm happy to see him gone. I had a lot of high hopes for him. And then every time I saw him, I just got more and more frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn it. All right. Well, this week, we did not really talk about it. I mean, the Blue Jays game today was won. The series against the Yankees was pretty unimpressive. The Imanaga pitched great, and then Warren just Cubs couldn't get anything done off of Warren. And I was like, what the hell? This guy is not even their best guy.
I think he's 26 years old.
Yeah, I didn't understand why we just did not show up to that game. And then the other game we didn't show up to was the one when really Nico Horner screwed up this game. And there was a lot of risky business in the other loss on Sunday because there was that pitch. It was 3-0 on Nico with the bases loaded. And if he would have walked, it would have tied the game. And the ball was outside, and Nico did not challenge it. They had plenty of challenges. He just, I don't know. He was like a deer in headlights, didn't challenge it. It's like, dude, that was the most obvious time to challenge that there's ever been in the world, and he didn't do it. And then he flew out, inning over, Cubs lose 2-1. So that was a rare mental error.
Yeah, it was bad because even if you think it was a strike, you still challenge it just to fucking find out because that was an important part of the game.
Yeah, as opposed to like challenging the first pitch of the game or.
Yeah, and we kind of discussed that a little bit, challenging that first pitch of the game. And you made the point, like he was right, so may as well challenge it. And I didn't like it.
That umpire was terrible that day, if you remember.
Oh my God. Yeah, really bad.
He got like 6 or 7 balls overturned.
He literally missed the first pitch.
First pitch of the game.
And they challenged it. And I was like, why are you challenging the first pitch? This seems crazy. But as you said, he was right. And I'm like, you better be really like confident that you're right if you're going to challenge the first pitch, because it's a pointless pitch otherwise. But it was bad. I think it was like an inch and a half below the zone or something. Like, and then you look at it, you're like, oh, well, I mean, when it's that bad, egregious. Of course you challenge it. Yeah.
Egregious, as JD would say. And then the Dodgers series was an absolute joy.
Hold on. You talked about the first loss, which, by the way, everybody's going to say Shota lost that because he gave up 2 solo shots. But
the Cubs didn't score.
They lost 2-0. Nobody scored. And then you talked about the loss. And I agree with you. That whole thing felt terrible. Made me feel horrible about this team. I was so upset. But they did win a game, and we didn't talk about that at all.
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be positive now.
Yeah, they won 5-2.
It was tight until PCA hit that triple in the 7th inning, I believe. Yeah, and then he scored, and that was good to see. I mean, PCA is just in fuego right now. Like, yes. He probably is going to be your raker. We're doing rake, flakes, throws, and blows after the break. I'm sure he's the raker, and Eadhap's the flaker. We'll just hear you talk about it. But I do want to shout out, because on Saturday I wanted to go to this game, but I knew I was going to have a late night. And that was also a night game. I'm like, I cannot be out that long. I will literally, it's too long. Because I went to see Hot Mulligan at over at Metro. So thanks for Brandon and Corey Furlong for hooking all that up. So it was good. It was a good band too. Emo, I think they are. It's like power pop kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It was late for an old man to be starting a gig at midnight. I can end one. But they even said from the stage, it was like a pre-Lollapalooza show. They even said from the stage, this is the latest we've ever played. I'm like, and this is the show I see. Of course. But it was just good vibes all around in Wrigleyville at night, except for like the giant fight I saw in front of Metro, in front of Smart Bar. But it was late. But there were good vibes. I saw like tons of Yankee fans, like just wasted, enjoying themselves in Wrigleyville. And then the Dodger fans showed up as well. They were wasted all week, running around. I saw a lot of like their influencer people that came in for these series. I've seen some of their videos being like, this is the way to do it. Like Yankee fans are like, we need a Gallagher way. Hey, listen up, you know, Dodger brass. Like, we need something like this for the kids. And I'm like, yeah, Cubs are awesome. You know it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I have not been to Dodger Stadium, but as far as I can tell, there's no reason to go there except for just to mark it off the bucket list. Like,
that's it.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a good place to watch a game.
I got a cousin they're going to go to all 30, and they're chasing 30, and they have like shirts made and stuff like that. And they're going all around, and they have a young son who plays ball. It's like maybe junior high or something like that. And they're going all around in their summer vacations. And she was so disappointed with the Dodger Stadium because it looks nice on TV. You know, it's like you see the crowd in the back, and there's Mary Hart sitting there with Larry King. Well, Larry King's dead, isn't he? Did he die?
He's just as alive as Mitch McConnell.
So, but it always looked, you know, with the palm trees in the back, and, you know, always looks so great on TV, and you go there, it's kind of a dump, and the hot dogs aren't good, and everything's expensive, and they make you park really far away, and, you know, and it's hard to get in and hard to get out of. But yeah, so the Dodger fans, when they come to Wrigley, they're like, this is awesome, right in the middle of the city. There's bars everywhere. I'm hanging out, tumble out of a bar into the stadium. They make everything easy. Everything's fan friendly. You got Gallagher away now. It's very nice. Play catch with your kid, play little bags, big screen TV now.
Yeah, no, it is awesome. I mean, sometimes Cubs fans don't quite understand because we're just so used to it. But it's one of the premier experiences in all of baseball. Like it is a great place to go see a game and to be around. But no, it's funny that you say that about Dodger Stadium because I felt that way about old Yankee Stadium. I went to old Yankee Stadium before they tore it down. It was the final year. And I went there and I'm like, oh, it's Yankee Stadium. It's the house of Ruth built. And it's all exciting. And I got there and I'm like, this place fucking sucks.
Smelled. Yeah, it was smelled
the field
bad.
Looks good. The field looked great. But everything else was terrible.
Yeah, it was in the Bronx back then was like pretty rough, that part of the Bronx. I didn't live but too far away from there, and it was not an easy place to live sometimes, but it was their dump. And the new Banky Stadium, which is what I call it, is very nice, but it's like a giant freaking bank is what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the old one more than the new one. And then the big news, and I do want to thank Corey Furlong for one more thing, and that is he got me a ticket for that Game 3 of the sweep when the Cubs finished off the sweep of the Dodgers yesterday. That was freaking awesome to watch Clark up on the video board, or the video board, up on the scoreboard waving his little broom. Look at that picture I took him on top with his broom. The W flag a flying. Dodger fans sad, except for that they were enjoying the hell out of themselves as they got their ass kicked. But thanks to Corey, and also thanks to Andy Wells, who took me to the game on Monday. And we had a great time. And thanks for Bleacher Jeff for saving the seats. And watching all those homers come into the bleachers next to us. Cubs win 10-5. Boyd pitched pretty well for the Dodgers for being against the Dodgers. Gave up a few homers of his own.
Well, he did give up 2 homers. The first one was the bad one, right? Because he gave up 2 singles to start the game and then a homer. But nothing kills a rally like a 3-run homer. And the rest of the time he was out there, they manufactured 1 run. And then the other one was that the one that one of the Hernandez brothers launched that ball. Teoscar. Oh my God, he hit that ball far. Like that one was destroyed.
Yeah, don't bring that up in case Ballhawk Dave is watching, because he did not get the ball, and everybody kept coming up to him as we were at Ballhawk after the game. We were like, "Hey, Dave, you get the ball?" He's like, "No, I did not get the fucking ball. I missed the ball." he did not want to talk about it. He
was frustrated.
And Teoscar Hernandez also really enjoyed our taunting, and he turned around and he was like, to us.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, do it. Yeah, that's funny. I love when guys have a sense of humor about it. On the other side of the field, Kyle Tucker was not having it. He was not enjoying it.
Little Everett in the chat tonight. This is a special night. We got some.
Oh, we haven't seen him for a while.
If you don't know, if you're new to the show, Everett is he's pretty much our staff yodeler, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
You'd think it would be me, but he is it.
He is the preeminent Cubs yodeler.
We had home runs in that game from Suzuki. Alcantara got his ass sent down. Kelly and Bush all homered off Robleski, who was pretty terrible.
And so those homers I did want to talk about, because I'm always like bitching, like you can't just swing for the fences. They were not swinging for the fences. Those homers all came off the bat at like 21 or 22 degrees. That's a line drive. They just hit the living shit out of them. The only ball that was an actual home run type swing and hit was the one Kelly hit, but that was also a ball that deserved that sort of punishment. Like it was middle, inner third, and he just turned on it, and that's the kind that you do want to crush. Those other ones, though, I think one of them was opposite field. It's like they were just trying to hit the ball hard, of course, but those were just line drive shots. They weren't swinging for fences, and they got rewarded by it going out. But then later in the game, the best they did was 2 runs in an inning. later in the game, they scored 3 runs on walks and singles. So, it's like that's what really put them over the top.
Yeah, 10-5, absolute ass beating. And in the game 2, Master P. Levy is on here saying, didn't Crawley catch a foul ball on TV against the Dodgers as well? Yes, he did.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, I got to go back and actually watch that. I think it was in the first inning, too. I want to say it was really early in the game. And
which game was it? Yeah, I'll go back and watch too. I want to see it.
The game we beat Scooble. So
I missed hilarious. The first inning in all those games, I swear.
Everybody's mad because the Dodgers are ruining baseball. They get Scooble. They get the big prize of the offseason. Everybody's mad, and we beat them. So that felt great. It was 5-1. And in that one, Swanson and Horner homered. Swanson homered off of Scooble. And Horner doesn't hit a lot of homers at all, which is good because it's hard to say Horner homered.
Yeah.
You lose all your breath in the beginning. Horner.
Well, and that was one of those games where the wind was whipping in. Like that wind was blowing really hard in. And the idea that I said it too. Horner.
Homered.
Yeah. The fact that he hit that was amazing. He pulled it straight down the line. And I honestly did not expect it to get out until it was literally all the way out of the park.
Yeah. And then the final game, that was a lot harder at the end than it needed to be, but it was 7-6 was the final. PCA homered twice. Ohtani, the first batter of the game for the Dodgers, homered, made it 1-0 Dodgers. But then PCA did the same thing as the leadoff hitter for the Cubs. He homered. Then he homered later in the game. In the fourth, then Ohtani homered later in the game. So they each had 2 homers. It was really just we were winning by a lot, except for Thielbar just had one of his worst outings of the year and let them back into the game. Imanaga only went 5, and we'd already talked about the new Z-Man being a little bit wild, except for John. And anyway, we did pull it off, though. In the end, all's well that ends well. Jacob Webb, he's kind of been a surprise. Nobody was really expecting much out of this guy, and now he's literally the closer.
Yeah,
so
and he came in and locked it down. Looked great. Yeah, and talking about PCA and Ohtani, PCA had a better 3-game series than Ohtani did. He just did. That was a better series. And when Ohtani was pitching, he's the odds-on favorite to win the MVP, right? Because he's both pitching and hitting. He's doing both at a high level. Ohtani is nothing but a DH now. And if you know anything about the DH, it's not a real position. It's bullshit. It's fucking garbage. It's the place that you put guys to rest other people. It's a fucking nothing position. And everybody fucking knows it. So Ohtani not being a pitcher, he's done. He's out. I mean, ESPN, all these fucking news outlets and shit, they still want to push this Ohtani MVP sort of garbage. No. It's PCA. PCA had a chance to beat Ohtani in the MVP race when Ohtani was pitching. And now that Ohtani's not pitching, it's PCA. There is no MVP for Ohtani. It's just not happening. Fucking market. This is the goddamn PCA's year to be MVP. If he doesn't completely fall off the table, this is his. I mean, and it's not even close. The only guy that could challenge PCA now only plays DH, and DH is a bullshit position.
Yeah, and Corey is pointing out that breaking news, Michael Cotton hates the DH.
It's fucking garbage.
It is. I agree with you. So that is what happened this week. We'll come back.
Oh, it also did not save baseball when they made it the universal rule. And in fact, as I said, baseball, all the hitters are worse now that we have the DH. because that's the way it was in the American League. And now it's just everybody. Like, they're all worse because you don't have to actually be fucking better because you know you've got a pitcher coming up.
Yeah, all you have to do to be better, to be a DH, is be hit better than a pitcher. And then that is a success because, he bats 215.
Yeah. Well, and we've seen all year long, Craig using the DH like a fucking pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
You get 2 at bats. Yeah, you get 2 at bats, and then we're going to pinch hit for you the rest of the night. It's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, 5 guys. And because of why. Because of the hand they wipe their butt with.
Exactly. You don't have the other computer. You don't have the drop.
I don't have the drop. Yeah, I'm on my old computer. That's why I'm all dark tonight. That's why I look so dark. Anyhow, that is the first half of the show. I think we should do the silhouette. And Michael, you said, do you want to see my silhouette? I'm like, no, I'll see it with everybody else. But now I see what it is going to be.
I told you it's going to be fairly easy. Okay, so we're getting ready for the silhouette here. I'm going to drop it here in just a moment. I have to give the clue for the listeners who can't actually see it, and this is the clue. Not a single team was looking for this guy at the trade deadline, but I think every single team did consider him at one point or another. So here it is. This is your silhouette. Apparently he plays second base. And if you know this guy's name, the Cubs, he's been on the Cubs a few times this year already. He's been on a lot of teams.
Please share it in the chat who you think this is. And absolutely do hashtag chance in the chat as well. You can win the Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and or doom. Actually, both. You'll get both. And also, like, I always forget to say this. Whatever you're watching us on, like it, heart it, retweet it, and maybe more people will see it and click on it. And I don't know, then they got to listen to our Cubs opinions. And at that point, we can really take over the hive mind that is Cub fandom and make everybody as smart as we are about baseball because we've been watching this a long time.
Everett Dosher says, I need to take a silhouette class.
So, hashtag chance, everybody go refill your beverage, and we'll be right back after this commercial break from our sponsors.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Sun Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dung crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money, and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Bunch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code Bleacher Bunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch.
In the Clutch. In the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code Bleacher Bunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch. In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Hey there, as you can see, I'm a talking penguin. No, I'm not like the Batman kind of penguin or Ron Say or that dumb fuck Happy Feet. No, I'm the spokes penguin for Penguin Imprints, who makes awesome imprinted items with original designs. And they do custom stuff too. Why, check this out. And this. How do you like this, Chicago? And I love this one. And this might sound a little weird coming from a penguin, but fuck ice indeed. Penguin Imprints also makes custom t-shirts and stickers for your event or organization. And because they're sponsors, listeners of the Bleacher Bunch Network can get 20% off any order at penguinimprints.com with the code Bleacher Bunch. Okay, that's enough about Penguin Imprints. Now I gotta go find that little bitch Happy Feet and put his smirking pink on the other side of his head. I hate that fucker. But man, do I love Penguin Imprints.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there because I was entrenched in the awesome new baseball fan app called Fanarchy. It's the best way to keep up on Cubs and baseball news and follow every game live. But what I like best is the game search feature. I can find any game in history by describing it and say I was there. Gabby Hartnett hits a big homer, and there it is. The lineups, the box score. Oh, I can reminisce about being there at the homer and the gloaming. People don't say gloaming about dusk like they used to. Let's try another. Babe Ruth calls his shot and hits a homer at Wrigley Field. And there it is, that Charlie freaking Root. What a bum. Anywho, I love Fanarchy, so I wrote them a song. Get off Facebook, get off X. The Fanarchy app is the best. For all the Cubs baseball news I need, I always use Fanarchy.
All right.
That Cubby.
Yeah, who is it? My favorite answer came from Everett Tosher, DeRosa. I thought that was funny. I actually thought it would have been really funny if everybody would have just started answering with all the guys that we have traded for cash considerations this year, because cash considerations is the silhouette. Who knew he played second base though?
Not him.
Yeah, not him.
How does he play with that giant crucifix? It's really, it must be heavy. It looks heavy. It just adds like a good 3 pounds to his neck.
Yeah. And for the listeners, if you haven't seen this, you had to have seen this. It's, a fairly racist depiction of a black man with a giant chain wearing an Orioles jersey named Cash Considerations. And he's a rated rookie.
He had a lot of promise with the Orioles, and he just kind of flamed out. But I don't think he was given enough time, opportunity. But he had that hammy injury, and
all right, yeah.
So I do want to shout out just one more time Fanarchy, because as I told you at the beginning of the show, it's been a lot more fun over there. A lot more bells and whistles. I'm using the capability to click on the linkable players now, because you can scroll back between their career and also their year this year and stuff. So it's just getting more and more robust all the time. So go check it out.
I'm gonna have to update my app because I don't have that yet.
Yeah, it's fun. And you were right, Michael, because I was at rehearsal the other day and I found it the easiest, least obtrusive way to follow the game.
Oh,
and also be following like some of like the social media of it as well. Because it'll tell you like ball in the dirt, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's much better than even the MLB app. And like you said, you get your social media without getting, you get baseball social media, not the rest of social media.
Exactly. So are you ready for rakes, flakes, throws, and blows? I know Chris Salato is.
Absolutely.
And now, I'm going to show you how to rake.
I feel like that rake is doing weird things to, like, it's making leaves.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
AI
the rakes. So this is the rakes and flakes, by the way, for July. So we are now like almost a week into August, and we had a lot of like really good games, but it is not covering that. It is just July. And honestly, it would be easy enough to give this to PCA. Nobody would say a thing, but I'm actually going a slightly different direction here, people. I'm giving the July raker to Seiya Suzuki.
Whoa.
Seiya, listen to these numbers right now because everybody knows PCA is killing.
I'm putting up the last 30, by the way, now for everybody to see, but we're talking about July only.
Yeah, everybody knows that PCA is killing it. Seiya and PCA both had 25 hits. Both had 6 home runs. Both had 16 walks in the month. PCA is hitting 278 to Seiya's 275 only because he has one less at bat. Like, that's the difference. 91 at bats to 90 at bats is 3 points in your batting average. And PCA does have one more double, and he has 2 triples to no triples for Seiya. But he also has 4 more strikeouts than Seiya. But he also has 5 more stolen bases. I mean, it's really, and I know everybody out there knows PCA has been killing it, but very quietly, without really clocking it, Seiya has been keeping like in lockstep with him. And that's why the Cubs are doing so well. It's because they've got 2 guys doing this right now. So it's a wash between the 2. You could go either one. But this is what puts Seiya over the top for me.
I love what Kamiata 2 says in the chat here. He's everything that people pretend Hap is.
Exactly. But here's the thing that puts Seiya over the top. He has scored 19 times himself, and he's driven in 21 RBI. PCA has 17 runs that he has scored and 17 RBI. And look, I know people don't like those stats. They don't like the RBI. They don't like the runs. But, hey, that's how you win games, is to score runs. And Seiya scored just a touch more than PCA did this month. So that's why he gets the rakes instead of PCA. Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Did you see they were doing the Step Brothers thing again?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can download that off of.
You know what? Instead of doing Step Brothers, they need to do Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, because they don't look at all like each other. But if you look at their stats, you'd feel like they were twins.
I heard an hilarious story about Schwarzenegger and DeVito, that they would always smoke stogies on that set. At one time, Danny DeVito put a shit, he basically rolled a blunt and handed it to Schwarzenegger and got him super high before they had to film.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. I did want to give a shout out real quick to Pedro Ramirez.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus.
he's got less than half the at bats as the other 2, but he's hitting 386. He's scored 7 times, driven in 8. He has 17 hits, 5 walks, 2 stolen bases, only 7 strikeouts. I love Pedro Ramirez. I mean,
And
that's my guy right now.
And Pedro Ramirez is everything that they pretend Matt Shaw is.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's the picture, by the way, of the Step Brothers thing, and Saya's shirt says, "Absolutely catch it. If you make an error, you'll be fired."
That's hilarious.
A shout out to Joe from Obvious Shirts too for really being the voice of the team, like the whimsical sort of floating above id of the team.
Yeah. Oh, I do
right.
love that.
So now that we're all giddy with
flakes,
let's do with rakes. Let's get sad with flakes.
I haven't worried about flakes since my grunge days. Remember them?
So good.
I was reminded of them watching Hot Mulligan. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
Well, just being not that they're a grunge band at all, but just being out late in a rock club, watching kids go nuts and crowd surfing.
Yep.
It was pretty entertaining. We had a bird's eye view of the crowd surfing. Very entertaining to watch heavy-set people try to crowd surf. Just the people like out of the way. I don't know if he's going to make it to the front of the audience, but they got him there.
That's and the thing is, it's funny too, because we are so out of the loop. Hot Mulligan's a pretty big band.
They're a high band, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are into it. I got to go see him due to Corey Furlong getting me a ticket when they were here in Iowa City. And literally, I knew nothing about them. And I'm like, oh, just anybody can go, right? No. All over Reddit, all over the social medias, were just tons of people like, I need a ticket. I need a ticket. I'll do anything to get this ticket. And I'm like, wow. And I'm just going to this thing for free. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's how I felt. I was like very comfortably in my own section in the balcony watching people crowd surf. I mean, that's just fun to watch people crowd surf and the kids. I mean, I almost went down and did it. I was like, I wonder if I can crowd surf. I never crowd surfed. I'm like, this might be my opportunity, even though it took 52 years for it to happen. But
the lead singer of Fishbone almost broke my neck because I was at a concert in 1994. He was crowd surfing. We're throwing him around, and then they threw him, and he landed on my head.
Oh,
and like got me like this. And then, I pushed him off, and then I took the boot, the big Doc Martin. I took the Doc Martin to the face. Like it was, and I'm like 18, 19 years old. I thought it was amazing.
And this is why we don't remember our grudge days.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to point out another hilarious thing that's being said in the chat, though, by Kamiata, too, who says, I saw earlier today on Blue Sky that somebody called Matt Shaw Jim Crow Armstrong. I can't stop laughing.
Oh, my God, that's great. Oh, that's the not so obvious shirt that we all need.
Yeah.
All right. Well, getting into the flakes, everybody, we've been talking about it the whole show. It's Ian Happ. He was truly terrible in July.
I'll put the last 30 up there too again, even though this is July.
Yeah, his batting average on the month was 212. The only guy lower was Carson Kelly, but Kelly at least had 2 home runs compared to Happ's at 1. Kelly also scored 8 times and drove in 7 runs, which was the same as Happ, only he did it in a third less at bats. So, like, I don't know. Carson Kelly was doing a lot better in the limited number of bats that he had. But Carson Kelly, the only thing that Happ has done better than Carson Kelly is that Happ has 13 walks, but it doesn't matter because he struck out 28 times. 13 walks to 28 strikeouts. That is bad. And the 28 times is second only to PCA, but PCA does everything else. So he gets the opportunity to strike out. Happ can't. He's terrible. So, and I would say Hap looks like they told him already they aren't bringing him back next year. Yeah. And he's just playing out the string and being sad.
And it's really weird because he doesn't – any guy that's ending their contract going into the CBA, that's really difficult for them. You know, like they'd want to get something so they at least know where they're going and that they have something set up for when they come back out. But, you know, they're going to do the CBA and then he's got to go search for a contract because he's not going to be signing any kind of contract before that gets done. So it just really puts him on the bubble, and he's towards the end of his career, very critical time, and he's fucking up. He's fucking it up because he's doing terrible. The only thing that is a resurgent playoff run or something like that could redeem him and maybe get the contract back. But if you see, I've got the last 30 games up there, or 30 days. Yeah. It's gotten worse. He's batting 190.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. You said 213, and I looked down. I was like, oh, well, you know, I had this weekend, and it's worse.
It's worse. Yeah, he's not doing better. But yeah, it really does seem like they told him he's not coming back, and he's lifeless out there. He really is. He still plays defense, generally good, but yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do at the plate. And my guess is, for the exact reasons that you said, he's done with his contract. There's going to be no baseball next year. The only way we see him on a field in 2028 is like at a league minimum salary, somebody just giving him a shot. And probably he's going to get
about that. I think he gets some kind of contract. I bet you.
I don't. How old will he be?
Not that old. I mean,
in 2028.
Yeah, it's not going to be that old. Ian Happ. Let's see how old Ian Happ is.
But with what he's doing right now,
31.
So he'll be 31 then? No, he's 31 now. He'll be 33.
Oh yeah, in 2 years. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Somebody's going to give him a contract where he's going to make it's probably like 2 years with an option, and he's not going to make as much as he's making now, but it'll be decent. He'll catch on somewhere.
I think he's going to get a non-roster invitee.
Oh my God. He's a first-round pick. These guys get long leashes and a million chances to make all the money. They just do.
You might be right. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like he's doing bad at the worst time for him. And with a year off, I just feel like nobody's going to be thinking, let's give Hap $2 or $3 million this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Go Glover. So, all right. So we're on throwers, right?
Throws. Yep.
Okay. So I'll play the Chris Salato drop.
Throw him up, son. Throw him up. Yeah. Throw him up, son. Throw him up.
Oh, so good. Okay, so
I got
the
last
thrower
30 numbers now.
Yeah, the thrower for the starters is an absolute battle. Matthew Boyd and Shota Imanaga have both had 5 starts in July. Shota has given up twice as many home runs, but his ERA is 1.53 compared to 1.67 for Boyd. And when I say twice as many, it's 4-2. It's not like, 12-6 or something. Yeah. 4 home runs in 5 games. That's a lot. I agree. But it's funny that he's given up more home runs and he's got a lower ERA. Boyd has a 0.99 whip to Shota's 1.06. But Shota leads the team this month with 27 strikeouts to Boyd in second place with 23. Also, Boyd has walked 3 more guys than Shota, and he's won 3 games with 2 no decisions, and Shota is 2-3 in his 5 starts. So, like, once again, just like the batting, it's a literal toss-up, but I'm going to go with Shota here because he's given up less runs somehow. I don't even understand how it's possible.
Danced out of the fire. It's like it's kind of like an Assad thing.
Yeah. But yeah, he gave up less runs, struck out 4 more guys, walked 3 less, and it's not his fault that the team has sucked when he pitched. And then in the bullpen, Jacob Webb. Nobody's even in the conversation. It's Jacob Webb all day long. 11.1 innings. That's more than anybody pitched out of the pen this month. And he didn't give up a single run. Not one run. Opponents had 8 hits and 3 walks, but he struck out 10 in 11.1, and he had a 0.97 whip and a 205 average against. Jacob Webb was just nails out there.
Yeah, and it's kind of doing it in an unassuming fashion too, because he's not like the most high-end reliever that you thought you had going into the season. In fact, we were kind of surprised when he made the team out of spring training, and it's just because it's 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and we're used to seeing 100 out of him. Although I think he dialed it up a little bit sometimes, but it's just the way he pitches. He's a real pitcher. He's got multiple pitches. He pitches
absolutely.
And that's the difference. And you don't see that a lot of 2, 3, maybe a 3-pitch guy, or like we hear a lot of like, well, he's got 2 pitches, but he's trying to add a third. Like you hear that all the time from all these guys. And this dude has, it's fastball change mostly, but he uses it effectively, and then he's got a slider to go with a little bit. But it's been impressive. And a surprise. And it's always nice to be pleasantly surprised as opposed to unpleasantly surprised. So, Jacob Webb.
Yep, absolutely. Jacob Webb's been so good. And the thing is, he's really stepped up in that closer role because they had Palencia. That's who they really wanted. He went down. He came back. He was really good in the closer role. But he wasn't getting any opportunities because the Cubs just never had any save opportunities. But if you bring back Palencia and maybe he's your 8-inning guy, if you don't want to just throw him right back in the closer role. But now we've got 8 and 9. Like when I'm talking, when we get into the postseason tournament, the 8th and 9th innings, you've got Palencia and Webb.
Zephyr John, add that to that mix.
Little Zephyr John in the 7th. We might have a very, very good bullpen going by the end of this year.
Jacob Webb and Zephyr John riding through the forest. Little John. It sounds like Zephyr John. Sounds like Little John, right?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. I was singing the Robin Hood song at first, but I'm getting off my Disney.
You need to do that remix.
John. What? Zephyr John? Yeah. So, all right. Are we ready to do blows?
Let's do the blows.
Okay.
Just put your lips together and blow.
I've never asked, who's the woman? Like, is that just an AI woman?
Yeah, just an A. It's what AI thinks a woman looks like, which is pretty hot.
Yeah, I was like, for a second, I'm like, man, that looks. I don't know who it is. It looks like an actress. Like I've seen that before, but maybe I'm wrong. Everett Tosher asks the question, "What happened to that Tyone guy?" Well, he got the rakes, or he got the blows.
He got the blows. Oh, going out hard.
Yep. Jameson Tyone is going to get this just so that we can talk about him one last time and be happy he is gone. He had an 11.88 ERA in 2 games where he pitched 8.1 innings, gave up 5 homers and 11 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and only struck out 9. It was a bad ending for Jameson, and happy trails to that guy. And everybody knows I was the only person that thought Jamison Tyone had something to give to this team way back when. And I think he did give it to the team. I think he was.
No, he gave it to us, all right.
He was a 4 or a 5 guy. He ate up the innings, did what he needed to do. But this year, oof, it's been so bad. And they made the right choice. It's like, yeah, you DFA the guy, open up that roster spot so you can have a Clay Holmes or a Garrett Braxton or Barrett Graxton, whatever his name is. In the bullpen, Bryce Wilson was forced to wear it on July 3rd. Ratface put him in the game and made him pitch 3.1 innings while he gave up 7 runs on 8 hits with 2 homers thrown in. He only struck out 4, and the next day he was DFA'd. A week later, though, the Brewers picked him up, and he has been okay with them for 5 appearances. So we are going to see the Bryce Wilson revenge coming back to us
boy.
The next time we see the Brewers, because
the
like I said,
he's special.
Yeah, but he's pitched 5 games for him, so it seems like they're keeping him around for a bit. And he wasn't bad. He hasn't been terrible with the Brewers, but good Lord, he was bad that game with the Cubs.
He had that one heroic game for us. Remember when he came out? And I think we ended up losing anyway, but
it was the game right before that. So, or his game right before. I think it was June 29th. He came out and he pitched, didn't give up anything, looked good. And then on July 3rd, I don't know what Ratface is doing, like not pulling this guy at some point, but yeah.
This is his 3rd team of the year. He started the year with the Phillies. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, and he was a DFA from the Phillies, I think.
Yeah, and he pitched only 2 games for us, and he went 4.1 innings of 4-hit ball, gave up nothing in a game we won against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and do you know what the Cubs gave up for him?
Nothing.
Cash considerations, baby. Right there. This guy went to Philadelphia so that we could get Bryce Wilson.
Cash considerations, frequent flyer miles must just be overflowing. He must be in the million-miler club at this point. Now it's time for everybody's least favorite segment of this program, which is
150 years ago.
You might enjoy this one, actually, Michael. And this one,
I got something to say about it.
This one was brought to us by Artie Boucher in the Discord channel. He alerted me to the fact that 150 years ago, on August 1st, Colorado became a state, and there was much celebration along with the centennial celebration around the country. Colorado, they celebrated by playing a baseball game in which Cannon City beat South Pueblo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, was that in 1876 or was that in 1976? I have no idea.
1876.
In 1876.
They had a celebration. Nice. They had a bunch of toasts in Denver. And a lot of people, it was kind of funny. I was reading about it a little bit. The rest of the country wasn't real happy that all these ne'er-do-well gold miners were going to make a state for themselves, because they were thought of as like pretty low class, that, all these prospectors who had their hands in the dirt trying to get gold, and the saloons and the old west and the shootouts and the mountain people,
the mountain people.
Yeah, they were a little rough around the edges. Plus, I also read that because Colorado, which is actually Colorado, which means colored, in Spanish, the Colorado Constitution in its original form was written in 3 languages: Spanish,
interesting.
German, tons of Germans went out there to find gold, and English. So it was already like talk about, oh, speak English only. Well, guess what? The Constitution was written in 3 languages in Colorado. So, because literally the word Colorado is a Spanish word. So, some guy made the case that they should write it in Spanish, and they did. So, anyway, I
That's nice.
that was it. And then it took them another 100 years to get the Rockies. So,
yeah, 100
more than 100 years.
130 years, 120 years. I don't know, but and that's the thing. So when I was going to ball games there, and Colorado, the one thing that always annoyed me about going to a game at Coors Field, Colorado fans are assholes, and they're assholes not in like, you know, the Dodger fan sort of thing, but they don't like any other fans. They're always like, oh, the Cubs fans come in here and they take the place over and they're all assholes. Oh, the Red Sox fans come in here and they're all assholes. Oh, the Yankees fans come in here, all assholes, and all this stuff, right? They're always fucking bitching about that. And so I'm like on this bus with all these Rockies fans, and somebody's bitching about that. And I was like, look, you're going to make it. It'll be fine. The difference here is that the Chicago Cubs had a baseball team when you had a state. Like your state started when the Cubs baseball team started. And someday you'll have fans like this that like the Rockies, but it takes 40 years. Like we have generations upon generations upon generations of fans, and they are like literally in like their 3rd generation of fans. That's it. Like that's nothing. We had twice, maybe 3 times as many generations of fans between the last World Series and the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't even have like that in the history of their ballpark. So it's just like,
well, and they do. Well, they're a terrible team, so they have trouble getting anything going, and their owner sucks, so they're never going to get any better, and that's going to be a problem until they finally sell the team and somebody decides to do something with.
It's very similar to the Cubs.
Yeah, exactly. They got their PK Wrigley right now, and but look at the other expansion teams. It hasn't really worked. Like Tampa Bay's got no fans. The Marlins have no fans, and Colorado came in before they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or were they at the same time? They came in first,
They
right?
came in 95, I believe. Well, they might have started 93. They got their field in 95. So
Okay.
93, I think they played at Mile High Stadium for a couple years. But you saying that does point out, like, yeah, they don't have fans like Cubs fans because they don't have those generations. But if you look at the Miami Marlins, you look at Tampa Bay, you look at Arizona, you look at all these other teams, Colorado's probably doing better than all of them.
Well, Arizona, I think,
getting people there.
I would say Arizona might and Colorado would be the top 2. It's the Florida.
I don't know enough about Arizona, but you might be right. But definitely Colorado is better than the Florida teams.
Well, and Arizona also has a lot of retirees, a lot of people with the boomers with a disposable income on their hands, all just go to the game. So, and they, Arizona also, the Phoenix area just grew so much, so quickly. And didn't you live there for a while?
Yeah, I spent 6 months there. I went to Arizona State for 1 semester.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason I only went 1 semester.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get the fuck out of Arizona. But a lot of LA people went there, and as well. And then a lot of jobs went there. But one thing I do have to say that was kind of funny about the Dodgers that we forgot to talk about was the booing of Kyle Tucker that was happening. And, my take on it is like, boo all the fucking Dodgers. Boo the fans, boo the players. I fucking hate the Dodgers. They're a bunch of assholes. You don't need a reason to boo any of them, even if they're eating breakfast or like at a funeral or whatever. They could be at church. They could be in line at the bank. And boo the fuck out of all of them. that ever played for the Dodgers. You know, you can boo Adrian Gonzalez. You can boo Steve Sachs. You can boo the ghost of Tommy Lasorda. You just boo them all. The ghost of Davey Lopes, boo him. That's my point. I don't see any reason to argue about it from there on in. Just boo.
No, I did think it was funny they were booing him, and then like somebody asked him about it later, and he's like, "Oh well," and he tried to be all like butthurt about it, like I was playing through a hand injury and a leg injury and all this stuff, and I was right,
baby.
And I was watching that first game, and I was actually laughing. I'm like, I don't know why they're booing Kyle Tucker, like he does not even register as a Cub. Like he's so fucking inconsequential as a Cub. I don't know why you waste the time on him other than like you say, he's a Dodger. But then the next day when he said all that, I'm like, boo his ass.
Yeah.
Because this motherfucker was playing like shit for 2 months because he was injured. If you want our love and respect, pull your fucking ass out of the game, go on the IL, get better, and then maybe in the postseason tournament, you could have actually been good instead of sucking ass. So you want to know why I boo you? I boo you because you were a selfish dick when you were with the Cubs, because all you wanted to do was stay in the game and play. Oh, well, I'm Kyle Tucker and I fucking get bats and I do this shit and I play hard and blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, Kyle. Get off the field until you're fucking better. And then we'll talk about whether or not you deserve any sort of like boos or cheers or what.
Yeah. Well, I boo them all. But if they're wearing a Dodgers uniform, I mean, I still get Kyle Tucker mixed up with Cody Bellinger. So it's like he's like, because he was the new Bellinger, remember? Like he came in.
Right. And then we played the Yankees and the Dodgers back to back. I got all fucking confused about that too.
They're both back. And I'm like, God damn it. You got 2 Cody Bellingers and 2 Kyle Tuckers out there.
But Cody Bellinger didn't get booed.
No, because he was a nice guy. We all thought he was high. Cubs didn't do shit.
And he played just fine, right?
Yeah,
like he didn't play through some stupid injury and act like some sort of martyr because he just did his best and then he moved the fuck on.
So we face the Royals next, and they're not very good. They're 48-67, and we have the opportunity.
That's like the inverse of the Cubs.
It is, and we have the opportunity to hand them their 69th loss.
Ooh.
The Dodgers were stuck on 69 wins for an entire week because they got their asses swept by the Red Sox, then swept by us. So they're just sitting at 69 wins. They cannot get that 70th win. I love it. They're the nicest team in baseball. Couldn't happen to a nicer team, you know. And the Royals, they got swept against the Rockies, so that's how bad they are. And then they have been winning against the Twins, who also aren't very good because they're in that stupid White Sox division. That White Sox will participation trophy themselves to a playoff berth, and the Pope will have two, 3 more games of excitement.
2,
3. And their offense is bad. They're 19th in OPS. The Cubs are 3rd. They've got the 5th fewest homers, this is and the Cubs have the 7th most, I want to say. I just wrote most, and I'm like, we do not have but I think I just forgot to write the number 7 down. Might be 9th, actually. They don't walk or strike out, but they do steal bases. And we've scored 115 more runs than them. And
wow, that's a lot.
And we are second only to the Nationals, who have scored the most runs in baseball. But the Nationals aren't very good because their pitching is terrible. So if they would have gone and got a pitcher, they might actually be decent.
I can't believe that the Nationals have scored that much. I want to look at this.
Yeah, no, it's kind of wild. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's because they lead the league in home runs. Is why they've scored all these runs. They've scored, and it's not even close. Like they've scored 623 runs to the Cubs 595. Like, that's
Wow.
a lot more runs. And the
Yeah.
issue is the pitching because the team ERAs give up a shit ton of runs. I think they might be last.
they have they have a
they give up 5 runs.
They have a +10 run differential, leading the league by like a million runs.
Yeah,
it's +10.
Yeah, exactly. They're just the 500 team because of that.
The Cubs are +100 runs right now.
Oh yeah, no, because of, I mean, you're winning 23-3 sometimes, but the Royals have a 5.35 team ERA, which is second worst in baseball. The Cubs are are a lot better, but not that much better. I mean, we have a 3.87, so that makes us 12th. That makes us average. And as far as the bullpens go, they have the second worst bullpen ERA as well. And actually, no, I'm looking only at relievers. They have the second worst bullpen ERA, and the Cubs actually, their bullpen ERA is 3.87. So that's like a full run and change better. So they give up a shit ton of homers, but so do we out of the pen. And they have the 8th most walks and the 3rd fewest strikeouts. So this is just not a good team. They can't hit. They can't pitch. Their defense, their catcher's still Salvador Perez, I think, for the most part. He's thrown out a bunch of runners. Only the Brewers throw out more. And,
Salvador Perez is a goddamn, like, I don't know shit about the Royals. Nothing. Don't care. Whatever. Salvador Perez.
Sal Perez. That's all you need to know.
Yep, exactly. I love Salvador Perez, and he's one of those guys that when he does decide to hang it up, he needs to get one of those like where he goes to all the things and they do nice things for him.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's this year because he's a negative WAR player.
Whatever. That doesn't mean shit.
He's batting 214. He's 79 OPS plus 636. I mean, I think he's playing some first base too. Now, I don't know what's the split of that right now. But either way, the Royals catchers are decent. It'll be tough to run on them. And then defensively, they're below average in every single category where we've really seen the Cubs defense get tight and they look really good. We have the second fewest errors in the major leagues.
Speaking of the Cubs defense, did you see Pedro Ramirez playing third the other day?
Oh yeah, he's smothering those balls. That was beautiful.
So good.
Yeah.
Why? I will never understand why Jed signed Alex Bregman this year. Whatever.
They had two guys. Yeah, they had two guys.
He's a perfectly fine guy. But yeah, they had Matt Shaw, who was so important last year that they wouldn't trade him. And then they went and signed somebody to take his job. And then they also have Pedro Ramirez, who is like, when I watch Pedro Ramirez play third, I get excited. Like, the way he does it just makes you feel like, oh my God, that's really good. Like, there's a difference. You know what I mean? Like, the eye test doesn't do a lot of things, but what it will do is let you know, like, oh, this dude is fucking great at his position. I mean, he looked amazing out there.
So we're going to get our first look at Kevin Gausman in game 1. His last time out.
Yupper says, because Bregman is his white whale. Focused on white.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Gausman gave up 9 hits, but only 1 run versus the Cardinals last time he went out there. And he's going to pitch in game 1. I don't know who's going to pitch for the Royals, though. It has not been announced, but their game 2 has been announced, though. It's going to be Seth Lugo versus Clay Holmes. So that's a couple former Mets action going.
Whenever I see Lugo, I think of the big, like, dumb monster in Labyrinth. Lugo. Like, I'll see if I can find a picture while you're talking.
And then, in the last game, well, let me tell you about Lugo real quick, just because I did happen to look it up. He got his ass lit up in Colorado. So, but other than that, he's got a couple stinkers this year, but overall, he's got a 4.41 ERA. He's towards the end of his career as well. And then in the last game, it's going to be Matthew Void versus Randy Dobnak. Speaking of a monster name, that's the monster name, Dobnak. I am Dobnak. Kind of sounds like a monster, like a Norwegian monster. I don't know much about Randy Dobnak, and if you want to know about Randy Dobnak, you need to listen to Cubs Pod, and we'll tell you all about Randy Dobnak during Sunday morning's Cubs Pod. Whoever happens to have it, it won't be Michael Cotton because he's going to the land of Dobnak.
I am going to land of Dobnak. I'll be in Reykjavik.
Yeah, you might meet a guy named Dobnak in Reykjavik.
I'm going to be in Reykjavik looking for Dobnaks.
Dobnak is a 1.16 ERA. That's all I know about him, and he's from went to school in West Virginia, which I didn't even know they had schools there.
They did. They actually do, but none of the kids knew that either.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't show up. Well, it's hard to get places with bare feet.
12 miles uphill both ways. They climb a mountain to get to school, and then they climb another mountain to get home.
Yeah, right through coal country as they're blowing off a mountaintop. That's listening to Coal Miner's Daughter. Oh,
that's Ludo. It's Ludo, not Lugo. But every time I see Lugo, this is what I think of.
looks like Dobnak's cousin, to be honest. So, a couple of announcements real quick. First of all, happy birthday, Joe Nielsen. It's her birthday tomorrow. And in the chat, Little Yumper's got a birthday this weekend, I believe, on Saturday. And,
I didn't even know. Happy birthday, Yump.
Yeah, and Hologram Harry made his debut next Tuesday. So get ready to celebrate that. Mark your calendars. And Mitchell Beck next Wednesday. And anything else? Let's see. No, that's all I got on the Rancher calendar. But I do need you to mark your calendars with this. And that is on September 12th, the Bleacher Bum Band will be opening up for the Thomas Ian Nicholas Band after the game. So that's the Rookie of the Year kid. He's got a band of originals and some covers called the Tin Band, Thomas Ian Nicholas Tin. And he asked us to open up. And so we'll be playing Cubby Bear. I'm super excited. That's on September 12th. So we need to get a big crowd out there so we can play Cubby Bear again.
Can I just say, I absolutely want to try and get to this show. And not because I want to see this, whatever. That guy, sure, it'll be fun. But what I want, Danny, is I want Bleacher Bum Band to start working on some of God the Band. I have actually been listening to some of God the Band recently. Today, I heard the song about you wanting to date your girlfriend's sister.
Oh no, that's from that's from Bad Teenage Mustache.
Oh, that's Bad Teenage Mustache. Yeah. Well, God the Band has a little bit of a little bit of a Beatles sound to it. I'm digging it. And but then so then Bad Teenage Mustache, that one was good. But I have been listening, and I'm like, you know what? Danny needs to bring back some of these God the Band songs. Yeah,
well, I played Botswana, if you heard that one. And there's this new, I forget Kyle Gordon, I think is the comedian's name. You know, I used to I hate Paul Simon. We've talked about this on this show. I auditioned for this show called Cape Man years ago, which was a Paul Simon exploitation of a story that was not his that happened in New York City where there was a murder and stuff like that. It's called Cape Man. But that was his second exploitation because before that he went to South Africa after freaking Garfunkel was like, fuck that guy. He's an asshole. He goes to South Africa. He's like, oh, I really like this band. They're Ladysmith, Black Mambazo. They sound great. I'm going to put my stupid nerdy white ass in front of this really talented South African band during apartheid. When Nelson Mandela was in jail, he does business with the South Africans. Be like, hey, we're going to go record down in South Africa. It's like, no, we are actually boycotting South Africa. No, Paul Simon is not. Anyway, fuck this guy. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say this. I've been making fun of Paul Simon a long time. And this guy, Kyle Gordon, this is why I wrote that song Botswana, because it was like a kind of an African-y, like I'm going to get away to Africa and like leave my life and that'll solve everything because I'll be on safari. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek making fun of that Graceland album. And this guy, Kyle Gordon, just came out with a song called Hey Mr. Jumbo, making fun of Paul Simon very directly, way more directly than I did. So I'm just saying, go check out Hey Mr. Jumbo. It fucking cracks me up because it reminds me of the Botswana song. And anyway, it's been fun.
That's awesome.
To see him still getting made fun of because fuck Paul Simon for all time.
Well, I'm just saying, work with the Bleacher Bum Band. Obviously, all of your songs are like great, but you know, I could totally. I think you need to resurrect some of those God in the bands.
Maybe someday we'll get them back up. I
mean, one or two in a show. Nobody's, you know.
I want to do General Pontifical Cardinal Queer again. That was a good one.
Oh shit! Corey reminds us. I think they're doing the Field of Dreams game again this year. And Corey says Wednesday night I'm punching out Manfred, Main Street, Dubuque. So if you want to see Corey Furlong punch Manfred in his fucking stupid face, get to Main Street, Dubuque on Wednesday.
You kidnap Manfred and you bring him, you know, somewhere, and you have a list of demands like getting rid of the Manfred man. You know, like just, you know, we want pitchers to hit in the National League again. You know, just have your whole list of demands, and you release them when they agree to it. So it could be next year. We can it's got to be part of the next CBA. In fact, don't let Manfred go until the CBA is actually solved. And I better get solved real quick. Or maybe they're all like, you can keep him. Fuck that guy. We'll get a new commissioner.
Fuck that lawyer. We got 12 of them.
Yeah. Corey says I'm going to drag him to my deck and ask him why I can't watch the Brewers. In Iowa. Yeah, he's blacked out.
He's going to fucking point out off the deck. He's going to, yes, that is Wisconsin, but I am nowhere near Milwaukee.
So I want to point out, so September 12th, Cubby Bear, be there. I don't know if there's a cover. If there is, it's not going to be much, $10 or whatever. So anyway, Cincinnati is on. We are there. It's like September 19th. We're all going to be hanging out. I have made a particle. I will post that right now in the chat, and I hope you guys can all make it because we had a great time last time. And so I will post this in the Discord. I will post it in the Ranters page on Facebook. I will post it on Twitter. And the reason I want you all to join the particle, if you want to go, is because we need to know how many tickets to get. And however many tickets we need will depend on where we sit and how we do this. You know what I mean? So let's just start getting a number. It's a little over a month away. So if you think you're going to go, please get your RSVP in ASAP because we need to get some tickets, and it's harder with more people. And the final thing, and we did get some submissions for it. I got the 10 Years Ago project coming. I'm hoping to get this song out soon. The song is called 10 Years Ago. And what I want is a picture of you and your family from 2016 at the Cubs game or whatever. And a picture of you now at the Cubs game or wherever. We'll see how you grow, how much grayer or fatter or skinnier or you had a baby. Like, you know, there's a million things that could have happened in the 10 years. And I think it'd be fun to put the music video to this song 10 years ago as just kind of fading from 16 to 26. And anyway, send your submissions. I've got a bunch in, but not nearly enough. So send your submissions to sunranto@gmail.com. 2 photographs. Make them high quality. If you could label them, that'd be great. don't send him in that dumb iPhone form that Hilk or Heek, HEIC.
Oh God, I know. Just
yeah. Just make a JPEG for me, will you? I can't use this.
right.
Yeah. It's actually, I think, fine, but they're little movies actually. But anyway, I am also going to drop the link to the song in the chat. Tomorrow being the first Friday of the month is Bandcamp Friday. So you can actually buy the song and Bandcamp won't take any money tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Normally they take like 30 cents out of the dollar.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. So, anyway, tomorrow I get the whole buck.
All right.
So I've dropped that link in the chat as well. But submit your pictures, and I'm going to play that song at the end of the show. And then we do have a smell, and it's an older smell.
It is. It's
an older smell than usual.
It's like a rug that was out in the rain, but then put in a barn, and you found it 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's
After
really
it was
bad.
shit on by goats.
Cubs fans are often irrational. An expensive roster is taxable. The Dodgers' payroll's deferred, but we flipped 'em the bird. And now we go face the Nationals.
He smells so bad, he's got a nose plug for himself now.
Yeah, it's understandable. All right, TFCs. We got to have Johnny on the show next week. Let's see what he's doing next Thursday.
Well, yeah, because he can take my spot.
You won't be here.
Yeah, I will be in Reykjavik, Iceland next week. I'm going to be out for the whole week. It's going to be weird too because I don't know if I'll be able to watch the Cubs. I don't know what time those games will come on. I think they're going to be really late.
The day games will be at a reasonable time, but you might not just feel like watching the Cubs. You can just spend a week away, get yourself ready for the playoff push. That we got a good team now.
Yeah, well, the sun comes up at like 4 a.m. and it doesn't go down until around 11 or 11:30 p.m. So, like, I don't know if I'm going to be like you're just out and about. So I don't know.
So
I need a break.
Yeah, we all need a freaking break. So I've got 4 TFCs. So I
have 2. So I guess you do 2, then I can do my 2, and then you go back to your 2.
All right. Sounds good. I'll start with this one because this cracked the fuck out of me that this happens. You probably saw this on Twitter, but Shota Imanaga has credited his success in his past 9 starts to changing his phone lock screen to this photo of Ben Brown on the training table, which he calls Lucky Benjamin. And if you zoom in on that lock screen, this is what it looks like. Here's Lucky Benjamin. His face is coming through like the massage table. And that's Shota's lock screen. I fucking love Shota Imanaga. This is fucking hilarious.
I do too. And we have been blessed with this one last season with Shota, right? Like they fucked up and they did the QO and he took it and he's been good. Like he's given up a shit ton of home runs, but generally pretty good. He's like a 3, 2 or 3, but he's been fun. Like he's just fun. Like there's very little fun on this team. Shota is part of the fun.
Lifelong Cub. Always will be
him.
beloved. Yeah, always will be beloved. So I'm gonna do another one, right?
Yep.
All right. This one is hilarious because apparently, and I don't know what the hell, the PCA was on some show, like some podcast show.
I saw this.
But PCA this is from Ace in the Fanarchy app, is making waves both on the field and off, diving into the idea that Babe Ruth might be a myth. While his theory raises eyebrows, his impressive season for the Cubs is no conspiracy, says Ace.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth might have never existed. Like,
so
Gen
apparently
Z is weird. Gen Z is weird.
Well,
I like it, but
it's the Mariners bullpen. I guess they are like all full of conspiracy theorists, and they sit in the bullpen, and that's what they do is just come up with the conspiracies and go over it. And one thing that they've been talking about is that like Babe Ruth doesn't exist. It was 100 years ago. The only like actual footage that we have that shows it, like this old fat man that hit a ball and runs around the bases, you have no idea where the ball went. They're just like, that doesn't exist. He doesn't. That's just fake, right? Because they live in an era when AI is everywhere, right? Anything could be fake. So they just think it's fake. And so PCA was on this talk show, podcast, or whatever, and they asked him like, "What's your like weird conspiracy?" And he started laughing and brought this up. He's like, Babe Ruth isn't real. And he was laughing. I think it was a joke.
he doesn't really think it, I don't think. But
Right. I don't think he really thinks it, but it was pretty funny to bring that like to the forefront, because I think that's a little more well known for baseball players, more so than baseball fans, that the Mariners bullpen are crazy people. I thought it was funny. And then in my Cubs pod, talking about the Dodgers, I said something about Ohtani, and I'm like, don't worry, in 100 years, he won't even exist.
Exactly.
And that's what I was referencing.
Oh my God. Corey Furlong said, look at Shota's nails. I'd already deleted this out of the brand, but I'm going to put it back up. Immaculate.
Oh yeah. The pitchers, man, they're all about their nails, their fingertips, all that stuff. Yeah. You won't get a hangnail on a pitcher. All right. So my first one was a surprise to me. This popped up on a discussion about Pete Rose in the MLB Reddit out of nowhere, and it made me laugh. Jaded Ty says, I see this. They were basically saying Pete Rose wasn't actually as good as people think he is. And this guy says, I see this all the time. Stat guys throwing Rose's numbers around and forgetting about WODH stats. Over his playing career, Rose saved well over $690,000 by choosing his wages over a decent haircut. The bowl or Mo Howard style allowed Pete to concentrate on hitting rather than wasting his time trying to tame and style an Oscar Gamble. Did AstroTurf help Rose get more hits? Of course. But the real metric is WODH. Also, Rose changed baseball stadiums, Riverfront, Veterans, Pirates old stadiums, all bowl stadiums designed by, you guessed it, Rose's brother-in-law at the time. Google it. It's true.
Really?
I have no idea. I just thought it was hilarious. The W wins over a decent haircut. Or wages over a decent haircut. I love it.
Playing in a bowl stadium with a bowl haircut as well.
Yep, exactly.
It makes sense.
And then this last one was great. This somebody posted a picture of their TV at the end of the Cubs game during Go Cubs Go. And he says, wait, those aren't the lyrics to Go Cubs Go? And on the bottom, he says, it was a great win and a great closed captions fail. The closed caption says, drugs are going to win tonight. Let's go.
Drugs are going to win tonight. Go, drugs, go.
Go, drugs, go.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? I'm going to smoke some weed today.
That's the new bleacher bum song right there.
Go drugs,
go.
Go drugs, go.
But that is
we'll play it
hilarious.
really fast. We'll do like all store lines and then play it as fast as we possibly can. Go drugs, go. Go drugs, go.
I love it.
So, all right. So I don't know if you saw that our good friend Michael Cerami, friends of this show, he had announced that Reed Detmers had been signed by the Cubs, and then it turned out to be incorrect, and he felt really bad about it. And I know Michael's probably not watching the show right now, but everybody loves Michael Cerami. Like, nobody does not like Michael Cerami. If there's anybody that's going to get a long leash about something like this, it's going to be him. He felt terrible, but everybody loves Michael. I saw he was getting a bunch of love on Twitter, so he didn't need me to love him more. And I know he felt bad, but whatever. People make mistakes, no biggie. You know, really not a big deal. I'm sure it felt bad at the time. But what I loved is another friend of our show, what he tweeted out right after that kind of that all that happened. Mike Prasnowski said, Reed Detmers can still be a Cub if Mike Pence has the courage. I think that's a fucking line.
That is a very not obvious shirt. It takes you a minute, and then you're like, ooh.
Praz asked me if he could put his show Bums in the Bleachers, if he could post it on the Discord. I was like, after that crack, absolutely. I was like, want to join Bleacher Bunch?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you're tweeting shit like that, then absolutely.
I saw Cerami's thing, and he said, he's like, and I thought he handled it well prior to the actual information coming out. He was like, look, there are great reporters reporting that it's not real, but I trust my guy. And until I know, and then he said, like, and if I have to retract it, I will. Like, I thought he handled it fine. Anybody who's like giving anybody a hard time, like, he was going with the best information he had.
Yeah.
And there was nothing out there to tell him he was wrong.
Yeah. It's like when they told us to wipe down our groceries during COVID, and we just didn't have to after like 4 days.
Oh, good God, man. I fucking would bring shit to my garage, wipe it all down, and let it sit in my garage for like 3 hours.
I know, because you're just sitting there imagining the stock boy just like wiping his nose like all over your ramen noodles. Like, those are the thoughts that are going through your head. You're like, and then you'd like touch it with your gloves, and then you're like, wait, now I'm gonna touch another one with the gloves, and now I'm just cross-contaminating everything I've got.
Yeah.
So
Furlong says 90% of talking heads would not retract. And that's true. Like, double down, whatever. I don't even think he was double down. Like, people were saying like, oh, he's fighting back. I don't think so. He was just like, that was what the information they got. I thought he did it. I personally thought Cerami did a good job. He was just wrong. And if anybody knows about saying really smart fucking things and just ended up being wrong, it's me. So yeah,
it made sense at the time. So we're never gonna have this guy on the show. Jazz Chisholm and I don't know if this is real either, but breaking: Jazz Chisholm rejected a trade to the Orioles because someone in their front office accidentally referred to him as Jizz on an evaluation call, per sources. Told the trade would have sent Adley Rutschman and Taylor Ward to New York. Can you imagine if that? I mean, that can't be real, but I mean, no, I'm not going there. They called me Jizz. That's my one thing. If they called me Jizz, and I'm like, well, he's never coming on the Sun Ranto show.
He's never going to another baseball team again. Look, dude, your name is Jazz Chisholm. If your name is Jazz Smith, Jazz Tucker, Jazz Jones, nobody gives a shit. It's Chisholm.
Yeah.
Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah.
You fucking change your name if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Like,
change your name, Jizz.
Exactly, dude. Your name is Jizz Chasm, and we all know it.
Exactly. Deal with it. Own it. All right. Well, that is, I think. Well, no, we got to give away the chance postcard. So
Yeah, get your chances in there, folks. It's your last chance to get in for the chance.
It's true. All right. How do I do this? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Old computer confusing me. All right. Here we go. I'm drawing it.
Yumper just put chance for jizz. I don't think you need a chance. You could just make that happen on your own.
Oh, and the winner is Robert Sanchez. Congratulations. The Cubs druggist himself.
Yes.
Go drugs, go. Go
drugs, go.
Yeah. Congratulations, Robert Sanchez. And that is the show. I'm going to play the song 10 years ago, and I hope you guys all send in your pictures. It'll be fun. Trust me. You'll show all your family and friends. Be like, look, I'm in a music video about the Cubs.
And then in 10 years from now, you'll be like, oh my God, look how young I looked in my 10 years ago video.
Yeah, exactly. You'll look 20 years old, 20 years younger, and 10 years older, 10 years younger, and 10 years older. Yeah. Hey, I deeked myself.
I was just watching that. I could see it in your face.
Yeah, like, oh,
like just everything was rolling through your brain. Like, wait a second, 10, 20, 20, 10, 10, 20.
Like that meme, like the meme of the guy with all the numbers and the algebra flying by his face. Yeah.
Oh.
So once again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to Penguin Imprints. Thanks to Matt Cameras, Permanent Paintings. Thanks to our Patreon supporters, In the Clutch shirts, Fanarchy. And Michael, have a great time in Iceland looking for Dobnak, the pitcher.
Oh, absolutely.
The Dobnak family.
I'll be the first baseball scout to go to Iceland.
Yeah. Just find the next Dobnak.
I'll find somebody who can throw a fucking snowball 100 mph.
That's what we need. We'll call him the Iceman. We'll say the Iceman cometh.
Ooh, there we go. And that'll be really dirty because then it'll be the Iceman cometh and there'll be a snowball. It'll look like a snowball exploded on your chest.
Yeah. And then Jizz Chasholm will be like, hey, that's my bit.
Jizz Chasm.
And then we'll have an Iceman and an Ass Man.
Ooh, the Ass Man.
Yeah, and on that note, Javier Assad fucking rocks. We love Javier Assad.
I do fucking love, and we didn't really get a chance to talk about Javier Assad. Seriously, give that dude his starting spot. I do love, I love him as much as I hate Tucker. Yeah. I got all confused with Tucker and Bellinger again. Yeah. I was like, no, I don't hate Bellinger. I hate Tucker.
We've said too many names already.
But I love Assad.
Yeah. So on that note, the Ass Man and the Ice Man and the Spagog.
Spagog!
10 years ago, we cried in the stands. 10 years ago, we drank and we danced. We listened to games at our grandfathers' graves. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. We chalked up the walls 10 years ago. We conquered the fall with songs in our throat. We slaughtered the goat. I want to go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. Build me a time machine, a time machine. I wanna go to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we laughed through the tears of a century's years. I wanna go back to 10 years ago, back to when we sang Go Cubs Go, back to 10 years ago. When we were all young, 10 years ago, we finally won a family and friends. Let's remember when, and we can go back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago, back to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we listened to games at our grandfathers' graves. I wanna go back to 10 years ago.